Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Adonko hand sanitizer. Sure odo. Nebo home buy.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts.
Hello, it is always a pleasure and a delight coming your way to share stories that will motivate you, stories that will inspire you, stories that get you thinking twice about some of the choices you make in your life. This is Restoration with Stacey. We're brought to you by Kind Courtesy, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hoochcon and Chocoflakes, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people, Adonko Original Hand Sanitizer, and Adonko Next Level. A very big thank you to Aseda Fabric for this beautiful fabric that has been put together beautifully by ABS Lux Line, located on the Odoko Highway, opposite Anointed Electricals. Ophelia, thank you very much. Thank you to Divine Kasi for my makeup, to Harry's Professional Hair Studio for my wig, which has been beautifully styled by Hamzat. And you can follow Hamzat on all his social media platforms that you can see on the screen, and you can have his number. You call him for every special moment that you need to look good. Oba upiama honyefe ma utri honyefe, because utri honyefe sister watari na efe said beto max. So call him anytime you're ready to step out, and he'll make sure you have the right glow for that special occasion. We'll be right back after this break.
Says for everyday people.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes comfort, I got yes confidence, I got yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month? Yes.
I got yes confidence, I got
Yes.
we got yes protection. I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes protection.
Hello, your friend Jackie. So we will be a winning who are the jet to semia and pimpino. Your to me 5 gems if in Kitadia, you need your brucia, your fans, any and down for anyam. Nanso, who bet to me about home by using Adonko hand sanitizer, debia, any brebia. Every say you to me 5 gems if in Yama Yasa is so. Adonko hand sanitizer, bet to me about home by debia, free gems, bacteria, you need in home. Adonko hand sanitizer, sure or dog. Nebo home by
FD ahwehwɛ sɛ adwadie nkratoyi mu agye atum
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters. New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Welcome back, and I still want to acknowledge Emplan Media Productions for always ensuring that every production that hits your screen is actually top-notch and world-class. A big thank you to Brian Phil Studios. Thank you so much, Philip, for always making sure that you capture every moment here beautifully with your lens. A very big thank you to the Sousa Catering for always ensuring that my team and I are refreshed. And, of course, GH Beauty Artistry for the makeup of my guest. As we grow, we tend to get comfortable because we make money. And when we make money, we buy what we want and we eat what we want. But along the line, these food choices actually bring us issues that give us long-term problems to deal with. Our guest today is going to talk us through how to avoid some of these problems and what we can do to stay away from facing such problems. And I think I just have to be specific. Most of us love our sugar. Most of us love food that end up as glucose, which gets into sugar. So we do not, or we cannot run away from the fact that we could be running or jogging to meet diabetes. Our guest today will be talking to us about diabetes, how to manage it, and how to actually encourage people who have it to go and get the right kind of checks done and get some remedy for their situation. Our guest is Mrs. Lydia Frimpong, and she will be talking to us today. Lydia, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? You're looking so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Always.
Oh, I'm blushing. I'm blushing. And you know, Lydia is actually the big sister to my favorite rapper. I mean, Joe Fraser. That's Joe Fraser's big sister. And Lydia, you are a nurse.
Yes, I am.
And it's so amazing because sometimes people just want to go do their nursing and that's it. Mm-hmm. They don't really care. They get paid. And you live in the States, so it pays well.
It does.
In Tinkabit, me ajo dollars now, I forget.
Yeah.
Why that interest in diabetes?
Okay. Thank you for this beautiful honor. I'm so honored to be here. The reason why I'm doing diabetes because I am diabetic. I'm type 1 diabetic. I'm insulin dependent.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
You don't look it.
Yeah. I've lived with this for 24 plus years. I was diagnosed when I was 24 going on 25. Yeah. And I'm 50 now, so.
Whoa.
Yeah. So then my son was diagnosed when he was 13. I thought he was 14, but he watched an interview of mine and said, Mommy, no, I was 13. Remember I was in middle school? I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, so he was diagnosed when he was 13. And my mom has been diabetic since 1986. And that time I had no idea about the disease. So 2 months into going to America, like after 2 months I'd been in America, I got sick. I started having these symptoms like cramps in my legs. My vision was getting blurrier. I was peeing like constantly. Constantly, especially during the night. I would pee like 15 times.
Wow.
Yes, and I'll be thirsty. I'll be drinking water, but still thirsty. And I became weak because when your blood sugars are high, you become weak, you become tired. So my roommate was like, no, you need to go see a doctor. So we went to the emergency room. And the doctor asked me, oh, do you have any family history? Like, you know, in America, they ask you all
to get the history.
So then my mom's click. I'm like, yeah, I remember my mom telling me a long time ago that she has diabetes, but I have no idea about that disease.
And I'm not even sure what it is.
Exactly. So the doctor was, okay, then we're going to run all the tests because your symptoms are like, you know. So, Stacey, when they ran the test that they used to diagnose diabetes, mine was like up the roof. So the doctor was like, this is not good. So this is an emergency room. we can give you a shot of insulin and just you'll be okay. But you have to go find a doctor so they can follow up with care. Stacey, I've been in America for 2 months. I'm here to work, to take care of the family. Go look for who? A doctor? So I was in denial for 10 plus years. Yes.
You're kidding.
I'm not. I was in denial
even
for so
after
many years.
The emergency doctor told you go see a doctor because you need attention.
Yes.
What's uncle?
I just ignored it for 10 years. Then when I got married, I got pregnant, then it popped up. The diabetes popped up. And Stacey, I was on insulin, like hundreds of units of insulin a day. I was just giving myself shots like crazy. So after the baby. Then after the baby, usually like the blood sugar will go normal, but mine, no. So they will put me on insulin and discharge me home. And when I get home, guess what? I threw the insulin away. I'm like, I don't have diabetes. This is just American people trying to get money from the insurance companies. So after my case, after the last one, like the symptoms got worse. So I decided to follow up with care. So the doctor said, okay, they started me with pills because they thought like, Africans, type 2 diabetes is common. So the pills were like making my condition worse. So they had to do another test, like autoantibodies, to make sure that I'm type 1 or type 2. So after they found out I'm type 1, I'm insulin dependent. So they started giving me insulin. Guess what? The insulin, at times I would take it, at times I wouldn't take it. At times I would take it. I know, non-compliant. I'm a bad nurse. I love taking care of people.
And at that time, you were actually in the field.
Yes.
You knew what diabetes could do to you.
Yes.
Still,
aswanding. And most of my patients were diabetics. And I was doing home care, home visiting as well. And I was
everything
teaching,
for them.
I was teaching them diabetes, what to do, what not to do. And I was doing wound care. I love wounds. So I was doing a lot of diabetic wounds. And still, Stacey, it did not push me.
And you're a chairperson of Aswadi Association.
We say healthcare professionals, they're very stubborn when it comes to our health. So one day my sugar was so high, I couldn't drive. Then reality kicked in again. So I started taking my insulin. So the doctor was like, Lydia, you have only one option. And that option is to use an insulin pump because you are not compliant giving yourself shots. So the insulin pump is going to be with you. You have to change it every 3 days. And it's going to give you insulin around the clock. And when you're going to eat, all that you have to do is just put in your carbohydrates and it will calculate and give you insulin. I'm like, okay, even that, Stacey, it took me 4 years to accept to use the pump because my pancreas is not working. The pancreas produces the insulin, the hormone, insulin is hormone. And when we eat, like you eat your rice is carbohydrate.
Right.
It turns into sugar in our body. So the glucose it stays in our blood. Then the insulin helps the glucose to enter the cells as energy. That's why you're able to stay all these hours working because you got the energy. But if you have diabetes, either your pancreas is not working or it's working, but your body is resisting it, or it's not producing enough energy. But mine is damaged. It's my own body has destroyed the cells in my pancreas that produces the insulin. So I have my pump here that gives me insulin around the clock. So that was like the turning point. I couldn't do anything, so I have to accept to use the pump. So alongside, my son was also diagnosed.
At that early age?
Yeah, 13 years. My son is huge. He loves to eat. He used to play American football. He's still huge. I saw all the signs and symptoms, but I was in denial. I didn't want to think about it. So my oldest daughter was like, Mommy, that time she was in nursing school. She was like, Mommy, the signs and symptoms I'm seeing on Junior, I'm like, don't say that word. Don't mention
African mother.
Don't say it. I've thought about it, but I will
just want to study him for a while.
Yeah, and I did, and it was getting worse. So I took him to see the doctor, and the doctor, they did the test, they did the urine, and my son's urine has so much sugar in it, Stacey. Then they checked the sugar, and my son's sugar was 450. Oh my God, I will never forget that day. I will never forget. And I had just closed from night shift. I do night shifts, and Stacey, I was just in a chair like this in a doctor's office. I couldn't move. Then the doctor was like, okay, so Lydia, we're going to call an ambulance to take your son to the emergency room. And I'm like, no, I would drive him. The doctor was like, no, you're not going to drive. So they took the ambulance. And Stacey, one thing that helped, that I got so relieved about, was when your sugar is really high, it causes a lot of damage to the body. And your body, instead of like using the carbohydrate for energy, it uses the fat as energy. And in the course of that, it produces a chemical called ketones. And when it gets into your blood, it can kill you. So when they did that test on my son, it was fine. So I thank God. So from there, they put him on insulin. So he had seen me doing it myself. So he got used to it so fast. So he was in the hospital for about 4 days. They wanted to show my husband how to draw the insulin from the vial. And men, he couldn't take it. So I took it upon myself to teach him and all of that. So during that time, I was so depressed. I got into, my mental health was really, really, really bad. I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety. I was on therapy. Stacey, my life was a mess. Look at me, a nurse, taking care of patients. I have people's lives in my hands. And my son is being diagnosed with diabetes, and he is going to live with this disease for the rest of his life. And remember, he's a man. Yeah. He's a man. So during my depression state, I'm like, you know what? I think I need to use our condition in a very positive way
to turn things around.
Yeah, to turn things around, to create awareness and tell people that diabetes is real. It shouldn't be taken lightly. A disease that can mess your whole body up. A disease that can, when it's messing you up, Stacey, it attacks the major organs of your body, like your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver. So just imagine, and it changes you physically. And if somebody sees you, the person can tell, oh, this person is sick, but they wouldn't know what is wrong with this person. So that's where the Frankel Foundation came about. So my son's first name is Frank. Okay. And my mother is Elizabeth. So I took my mom's first two initials and added it to Frank, then it became Frankel. Oh, so okay. Frankel Foundation for Diabetics. So we've been around since 2018, and we are registered in America. That's where our head is. Then in Ghana here as well. So every year in November is Diabetes Awareness Month. So every year I'm in Ghana. I organize diabetes programs. I have a very good team here. We are about 35 nurses, doctors, dietitians, nutritionists, diabetic educators. I'm so lucky, and they are so dedicated. Yeah. I don't even pay them anything.
They just volunteer to do it.
Exactly. So we've been doing a lot of work. So anytime I come, I look for the biggest platform in the media to just create awareness, since nobody talks about diabetes here in Ghana because they think it's a spiritual disease. So I do that, and we organize programs. We've done programs in Ashanti, Eastern, even Accra here. And this past weekend, we had a program at Volta region, two of the remotest villages. And it's one of my saddest programs that I don't even...
No, the thing is, when you do outreach and you go to some of these hinterlands, you'd meet people with conditions that would actually break you.
Yes.
You go to certain places and you're asking yourself, is this part of Ghana?
Yeah.
So welcome to the club.
Yeah.
You just need to brace yourself for some of these things because it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. It's because you look at these small villages, and not that they don't have political figures. They do. They have them, but what are they doing to help them? Because these people, and trust me, you go and they'll say, oh, somebody will say, oh, I have diabetes, I have high blood pressure. But for 3 months, I haven't taken my medication because I don't have money to buy them. So the person is just there, waiting for whatever happened to happen.
Yeah.
And he or she is eating whatever he or she wants to eat. Rice.
And the thing is, people here do not have the options.
Right.
Things are hard as it is. Gano bedi ne banku, bedi ne fufu, bedi ne mo, bedi ampesi, by sugar.
Yeah.
But that is what they have.
They have, exactly.
So sometimes, in as much as the people might try to want to be healthy, what they have is what they would eat. So I think we need to begin to have conversations where we can be innovative with our food.
Yes.
Because Ghana, then and unlike the French, a little bit of carbohydrates, protein. I know. And gobeno so the jeans you.
A jeans you.
I will not gobeno the whole day.
But please gobeno crab beans no.
On say beans ne dos.
A dos.
A dos so chen carry.
A gari no. So but kokone ka ho no.
Say well. And sometimes in why we feel say oh wait they're okay. But it be a complex carbohydrate.
Yes.
Into no the sugar and you can't run away with it.
Yes.
So I think we need dietitians who can give us that education. It's good to eat this at this time. Because obi holding a bank we are the wada. So the food is not able to digest.
Yes.
Ebia we do banku ebia we field worker ebia you mason go up and down at least you're burning some of that fat and the carbohydrates you are working but we do we anu akoda there o pack sugar no on say I had to say not sugar be St. Louis cube
the cube ones
on say yes into no boss what sugar no to say St. Louis sugar box So you can't really blame people that much. We just need that sensitization to go out there. Enye bibia ni yedi. Enye bibia ni yedi no at a particular time. You should be able to know that okay, we media is so we media is so and I think we'll go places. So we'll go for a commercial break. Then when we come, we'll see how you and your foundation have been saving the lives of people.
Sure.
We'll be right back after the break.
Day prices for everyday people.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got yes, confidence, I got yes.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes.
got yes confidence. I got
Yes.
we got yes protection. I got
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes protection.
Hello, your friend Jackie. So we will be a winning who are the jet to semia and pimpino. You to me 5 gems if in Kitadia, you need your busia, your fans, any and down for anyam. Nanso, who bet to me about home by using a Donko hand sanitizer, debia, any bribia. Every say you to me 5 gems if in Yamayasa is so. A Donko hand sanitizer, bet to me about home by debia, free gems, bacteria, you need in home. A Donko hand sanitizer, sure or dog. Na bow home by
FD ahwehwɛ sɛ adwadi nkratoyi mu agye atom sɛ
Pepsodent Nature Essentials, charcoal, and lemon essence restores natural white teeth, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
It's another week and we're still in Nima, and I'm so overwhelmed by the love we have received in Nima. And our winner today is Barbara. Bob said to say,
Pacha me where ready Adam.
she said, "Oh, smile no cry name me." On see, I said, "We share mask now. We smile at you." But I was smiling at me because your eye will tell me so I was smiling. And you're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Because I did snap a restoration. Yeah, the mushroom near your face.
Me patch the mushroom near me face. I'm me who for more stories are my film and my film. And the sun shame crying sign to me from so. It's a connection.
Who said you'll be a film piano? A face also obey to me a PF.
Pacha.
Into that episode, they're in your face.
Come you then.
Rock star.
Yeah.
Wow. Did not there a year will a day at the year will fell on the story in the home.
Oh, then I am a fanny some a baby area home dear. And so then I am a fanny say, ne papa no. The moon said to any banner by a star. Now about to say
fans. Na papa for the prison or mote. As I woke I won't support her, but we are star there. And well in a bonzo bar way. Into high sense, see a metro baby kakra. Oh ha. Into the rabba Gloria, I mean, that's what it's high sense for say, yeah, ma, a Bluetooth. Oh, Papa Eugene, I said, just open to connect to phone, no man, a boss, a chair. I know I it's high sense for say that's the break. But then I'll catch your high sense.
High sense, Nango Point Stramo, that was the break.
You said that's the break. So, this is our winner for this week's High Sense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. Next week, we will still come your way with Welcome back. This is our winner for this week's High Sense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. And very soon, Lydia will get to pick her card and we'll know what she will take home with her. Your name to America. Donate. Yeah. I love that. So, Lydia, let's come back to the conversation. At what point should anyone be alarmed? Because we all say we know our body, but you can't know your body like that. So at what point should anybody be alarmed?
Okay, Stacey, like as you said, everybody knows their body. But trust me, if something different is going on in your body, you can tell. For instance, if you are there and you are peeing too much, Maybe
like,
no, like like thirsty. But within 1 minute, things comes harder. Into bottles, we're between on bear. What the hair bottles here? I think they're 500 ml. So between on bear 20.
Hey.
Yes, 20. And then you now don't so and
every moment you're feeling dehydrated.
And I'm also will lose weight, like unexplained weight loss. So what say? Will be who else? And I just answer brother in his what I saw him bokodi. So and vision, lots of vision. I hear blurry every day. And I Hannah on numbness and numbness and tingling. Yeah, and a man especially. Exactly. Now say yeah. But say be your son and a man so say my own day poor. It takes like it takes longer and a big challenge so it takes forever to heal. It is almost any manner. Of course, you have to end a man also because or more nerves. It's intimate sorry. Intimi nyejuma intino wohu sa ne ma na
ekumbe ma no
yes na ekumbe ma no because of blood sugar I was strong into wohu sa ne ma we nyina you have to go see a doctor because you know your body so and these are like not regular with you men tra ho ntwen because what tra ho twen especially with the type 2 diabetes the symptoms take forever to show but with the type 1 it's like on set it's quickly the symptom shows like that but with the type 2 no ebetimi esewa intino so for so
behuno na
didim na ase wo kidneys wo liver ni sanema no and wo hwe omomunya stroke na ye ni pattern jan ho almost stroke 9 of them are diabetics and now we need pattern or more dialysis so 9 of them are diabetics see that's how diabetes can mess up your body ebetimi amoni efra ebetimi omom yitwa omona bebre make say omunyina mpo diabetics because a crew to ankle because your blood sugars are high your blood vessels blood cannot flow to get the oxygenated blood into the legs and stuff like that and she said one share 1 to 2 near me ya e be say uniema bebre afi na wakadem you can't go anywhere then you are just there waiting for death to take over.
Wow.
Yeah, diabetes is a very dangerous disease. Stacey, every year, according to World Health Organization, right, every year, diabetes kills people more than HIV, AIDS, and cancer combined. Every 5 seconds, somebody dies of diabetes. Every 5 seconds. Me know about now for almost an hour. When you from diabetes, complicated. Either the blood sugar is way high, the person goes into a coma, or the blood sugar is too low, the person goes into coma and die. Like all complications from diabetes. So diabetes shouldn't be taken lightly, honestly. And I want people like the education to be more so that people will know say it's not a spiritual disease, it's a chronic condition.
I say the BBA wayana if so way the free
fear, yeah. So when you say a
I always say that even say free fear ko hospital na ko hospital so yes. Because I dare no
yes.
So try and go get help.
Yes.
And from what you're saying, it means any age barrier.
There be any age barrier.
Because your son was 13. When he was
and
diagnosed.
even when he was at the hospital, admitted, there was this brand new baby, fresh from the womb, fresh from the mommy's womb. Out with the sugars were like 500 and something. I crack it try on fresh. Into
yeah, they are only rice crown.
There be because say or need type 1 is autoimmune. So or share your phone on your own body, it destroy the cells in the pancreas to produce insulin. And say be na they say like the pancreas and I say. And so that's what me and my son we have. So that's why we are insulin dependent. Yeah.
No, I craft for the end na arguments.
Yeah. I'm crying with diabetes. And I even cry with the type 2 because of no. Like type 2 usually it's 40, 45 plus. But you see young adolescent, young adults, you diagnose so much type 2 because of so into diabetes, a bit me mess up. So the education is very, very, very important. To say the breast cancer awareness everybody is
going to get
screened and all that. So they have to do the same with diabetes because diabetes, it messes the whole body, like the major organs, it messes you up. Before you know it, it's a So
since you've been coming, what has been the response? How do people receive you?
Oh God, people receive me so well. Especially when I do education, like your platform like this is a huge platform, and people will call and they'll be saying, say, oh, Nyamisha, like we never talked about diabetes, but oh no, I'm say they'll see count
what breaking it down.
You see, one girl called say, oh, nya diabetes for 5 years. Untimin can share no so nya diabetes. Yes. So, like seeing me on the media and all of that, I'm manning in Cranche, say on country because also that
sometimes you need help.
Yes. But me, for instance, Stacey, when I go low, me go lower, when my blood sugar drops, na mintimin kasa. I say when you stroke, you can't even talk. Until if nobody's in the house, then. And I say, Obi wo fear, ukunu wo fear. Now we need condition. And I say, offer juice to be bro. And I say, we have this nasal spray for type 1 diabetics. And I say, with me, now I'm a sugar and I day abastro. And the response is very good. And we are able to, screen, and we're able to follow up with most of them. And we start taking it serious for follow-up care and stuff like that. And when I come now, I do donations as well, because when you are diabetic, hygiene is very, very important. Very, very, it's a key, because anything, like, it will mess you up because of your immune system is compromised. And, hygiene is good. And also we concentrate on hygiene more. And also, screening.
That is very important, because mostly when you screen and you do not give any remedy. I say screening now, are you useless?
Yes. Oh, me when I'm coming, I bring everything we use. I bring from the US. Even our test strips, our glucometers, everything I bring from the US. Into me buy me the insulin, me the no be into when we are doing the screen, and we just give them out. We just give them out for free. We are, as I said, you're diagnosing all right, but when it's got to be to a drone, it's a nipasano, you're checking out. Then we can give you like a month or two supply of medication. So we can.
You be true or not, then you have the realization. So I am winning. Until I have to start making plans to get medication.
Yes. So we've impacted a lot of life, especially me. I love sharing my story to inspire people, and it gives people like. I need a so say if I live with diabetes for 20-something years and I look like this, and I've been able to, I have 5 kids.
You don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah. So I have 5 kids. I'm 50 years old.
5 kids?
Yes, I have 5 kids. My youngest will be 16 next month.
Wow.
Yeah. So like it's all by His grace. It's like what we now we'll take you to exercise. Say no die. Smoky jai. So
healthy lifestyle.
Yes, healthy lifestyle.
Late eating
jai. Me therefore a tie screen ni be okumase. Mo problem. Me therefore you guys skip meals. You don't eat breakfast. You don't have time to eat. Then with that, it raises your BP.
And because we are always on the job.
Exactly. Say it late. Tell me now, Didi.
Say my idea. At least me Didi.
And it's
massacre. So my Didi.
Where Didi?
My Didi. No, I don't skip meals.
That's good. Yeah. Because don't skip meal.
Because when you skip it, what happens is you accumulate everything into one meal.
Yes.
It's once a wedding we did now which is very bad.
I some baby bro. I'm skipping meals. Cameraman, like don't skip meal. Eat. Even you guys have protein bars, right? Yeah. Or you can have crackers. Then you nibble on it. And drink more water.
The thing is, Ghana, how would you now did it? So it's the truth. Am I speaking for just myself? Everybody is. It's the truth. How would you do that? But the thing is how it's done.
Yes.
Recently, I put on weight, and I was having a conversation with my doctor. He was like, "You don't eat to be full.
Yes.
You eat because it's a necessity.
Yes.
So, Jaisa do any brain that you're hungry. The food just needs a little. The stomach needs a little.
Yes.
So you don't try to eat all the meals in one meal.
Yes, true.
Because maybe you skip breakfast, you skip lunch, until dinner the air, so me dinner no pani we had in But
and in between the meals, I have to have snacks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's like, you don't do that. You eat because it's a necessity. Don't eat to be overly full. Now home so now water and all of that. Don't do that. And that was what I used to do.
Wow.
Because I'm on the job like that. I'm not eating. And sorry now
because sugar cholesterol.
Thank you.
Because when your sugar is high, you become so tired. Because me now all my life, so I wanted him to be independent and see how things will go with him. So Oka College, I'm Manico, University of Massachusetts, Boston. So
to be away from you.
Stacy, I did harm to my son because he wasn't used to it. And he was eating. He would order Uber Eats.
Oh, right.
Eating. Within 2 months, he had gained 40 pounds. His A1C was up the roof. Stacy, my heart broke. I was crying like crazy. And because his sugars were always high, he was always tired and he would be missing classes. And we were paying a lot of money. Boston, all the universities there are private schools. And they're a lot of money. So, I'm like, you know what? I need my son home. Into birthday summer, the summer many corner home. Oh, he's doing so well. And my man transferred to a community college. And he drives so community, Okoba. And he's doing so well.
Much better.
Much better.
So I think the education will just have to keep going. And I always tell people that you don't need a month. It has to be the whole year through.
Yes.
We need to keep reminding ourselves that let's be checking.
Yes.
Because if you're waiting for October to celebrate breast cancer or January for cervical cancer, for November for diabetes, we're doing ourselves harm.
Yes.
It has to be a continuous conversation.
Yes.
Now we have social media. Let's use it positively and more powerfully to get messages across. Instead of waiting, trying November, now, when I'm trying till November, what happens?
Yes.
I would have to applaud you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And tell you to keep pushing.
Yes.
It's difficult. There are some times you get to certain places, your heart will break. But it doesn't mean you should stop. Yeah. Before, my team used to tease me. They're like, you get so emotionally attached to things. Take out the emotions a little bit so that it can help you come up with more innovation to drive this campaign very well.
And I'm not stopping anytime soon, trust me.
You can't stop.
I'm not stopping.
Now, free insulin in my backroom, you can't stop, madam.
I won't stop.
It has to continue.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep urging you. And I'm sure as we've had this conversation, there might be people who would even collaborate with you in the future. You never know.
Yeah, I do a lot of collaborations. I've done a collaboration with this Dr. Riafe, in Kumasi, and she was really happy. She was the one who introduced me to the World Health Organization. So my organization is part of the Global Diabetes Compact Forum, World Health Organization, which I'm so thrilled about that. And I am also a member of the Blue Circles, IDF, International Diabetes Federation. There are another group beneath them. It's called Blue Circle Voices Network. I'm a member.
So you see, look out for all the positive things in every situation.
Yes.
And your diabetes, World Health Organization.
I know, Kumasi girl.
Thank you.
Now, every program they do, I'm a participant.
Thank you.
And I make sure that they hear my voice.
Exactly.
And I don't talk for the US. I talk for Ghana, because the US, they are good. But here, they need help. They really need help. So I always talk for them. And I'm proud of myself, Stacey. You have no idea. She'll be a Makotan Broche for all these years. My lifetime savings she put into this organization. Because I know, I had that feeling, it's my calling.
It's your calling.
God wants me to do this. I'm not a business-oriented person. Me oka se minko dija, osika beshe. Baboka. Me de bechiche. Me de never bechiche. So, because of a homobro. And so me being a nurse, I think say nyame, because when I was in Ghana, I was a teacher. I was a professional teacher. I went to St. Louis Teachers College after sixth form, So I was a teacher. And being a teacher, I know, has also helped me in my nursing career because I teach a lot. I teach my patients what to do and what not to do. So
but you refuse to teach yourself.
I know, right?
It's very
That was so
bad.
bad.
Thank you very much for coming. It's
Thank
been
you.
such an insightful conversation.
Yeah, it's an honor.
And we're wishing you well and
Thank
praying
you.
that moving forward, everything that you do is actually going to have that impact that you're dreaming for it to have. So thank you.
And thank you, Stacey, for having me.
Come on.
Yeah, you responded so fast. I think you were waiting for me to land so that, And as soon as I got, you were like, oh. Yeah, you see, you've been a family and your husband. Oh, I remember one time, long time ago, I think when I first went to America, Kofi was like, Lydia, you should have stayed in Ghana because your voice, you'll be a good journalist.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I like taking care of people. Let me take care of my people.
And you don't want to take care of yourself. You better start taking care of yourself. So say, we do America, pen my friend, madam. Are you doing what you have to do?
Are you going to do that to me? That's torture.
Now I'm going to do that to you.
That's
because,
torture.
You know, people who mostly care for people refuse to care for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's very bad.
Yeah.
Because if you are not strong, you cannot take care of anybody.
Yeah, true.
So to be a very good caregiver, you should put yourself first. Then others can follow.
Yeah. Stacey, you've been a family for years. You know that, right?
I know.
Years. I remember when you started at multimedia. Yeah. It's been, and you still look the same.
Please don't make me feel bad.
What's the secret?
Don't make me feel bad. It's a Lydia. For one day now, they don't make me feel bad. So you can pick your card now for a high sense moment.
Okay.
You know what is funny? I went to wash my car, and whilst I was washing my car, there was this young man at the washing bay. Then he comes, he's like, "Oh my God, who we? Hey, Mr. Tisha, now class 3.
Oh my goodness.
And you know what? I relaxed. I was like, Giant Simhoon. But that's the beauty of it. When people have grown watching you on TV and they see it was so humbling. I just laughed. I was like, oh, it means that we've done some good work.
You have a very humble beginning, and we've known your family for a very long time, and you guys like a family. To your family, and the Dusty,
Ochame Kwame. That's the clique.
Yes. Abeku Santana when he used to be at Kumasi.
Yeah.
So it's like.
That's one thing about the Kumasi people.
Yeah.
Like, we're family.
We are family.
We don't leave anyone behind. We all come along beautifully.
Yes. And
so this is what you picked. Thank you for coming. You take home a high sense rice cooker.
Oh.
America,
I'm donating it.
Okay, I'll wait for your donation picture. I'm
going to donate it to the makeup artist.
Wow. So this is what we have for you from
thank you. Oh, another one?
Yes, this from yours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'll donate them. I will donate them right now over there. Yeah, I will donate them.
So thank you very much. As for the cornflakes, you can actually have your cornflakes. Yeah, that's our hooch cornflakes.
Okay, then I'll take
Pacho,
No.
Pacho, so say minimum rules, no. You eat it early, you make sure you walk, you work it out, then we are good. And yes, I made my cornflakes.
And there's some of your blood.
Some are critical. So thank you very much.
I'm going to take because we're going to have
you need to take the sanitary pad
that's what
back
I'm going to
with
take
you.
because we're going to have our last program for the year at Ejoso, Abnase, and the surrounding villages and the young ladies. Because when I went to Volta, I donated a big box of sanitary pads.
God
so I think I will do that.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so thank you very much for joining us today. I am sure now. Check your food choices, your lifestyle choices. Those of you who are lazy, please at least start walking. If you can't work out, I won't work out, but I'll walk. So be like me, walk. Try to burn some of the energy, burn some of the calories. Don't eat and sleep. I beg you. So let's all try to do that and stay healthy. A very big thank you to our sponsors, Hisense, Yas Washing Powder, and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hoochcon and Choco Flakes, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Adonko Original Hand Sanitizer, and Adonko Next Level. To Aseda Fabric, thank you very much for this beautiful fabric. ABS Lux Line, thank you for my outfit. Divine Cassie for my makeup. GH Beauty Artistry for the makeup of my guest. And of course, Hamzat, thank you so much for styling this hair very nicely. This hair was actually given to me by Harry's Professional Hair Studio, located at Fadama. Thank you all to M Clan Media Production, to Brian Phil Studios, And of course, Soraya. I love my food. She provides us food, and her food is the best in Ghana. Soraya, thank you very much for always ensuring that you give us food that end so. I bet me a higher that healthy food. And please, if you're watching us, make sure that next week you make a date with us to hear another story that will actually lift your inner being to know that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. See you next week.